Today is Friday, May 24th, the Friday before Memorial Day weekend, and it poured and poured and poured last night. If you look, there's lots of water. You see that little bump out there? That's the town here that I'm buy's well, or one of their wells. And all of this water goes in the Nottoway River, which is back there by them trees. It's maybe 30 feet wide or so. It's well over that now. And the sad thing is, all of this water in this bottom is on a farm my brother farms. I do believe he may end up with some crop insurance this year. I do know it was just planted not that long ago, so it might not be up. So it might not be that big of a deal, but when you can see the current out in the field, you know it is a little bit on the wet side. But this is a lot of water sitting on it. I saw several spots where it had rolled over the water had gone over the road on our way over here. I knew this sometimes comes out, so I thought I'd go out. But this is a lot out. We thought we would just check it out on our way. It rained so much, there's so many roads flooded that the school decided to only drive on the paved roads instead of the gravel, so I had to take my son to school. So we thought we'd drive by and look at it, and it looks, so you can see it's down a little bit on the grass marks, or the water marks. So it is on its way down, but the worst of it is it's supposed to rain the rest of the day and for the next 10 days. Ish. About every day on the forecast says rain, so, but just thought I would document some of the wet. If I find some more cool stuff to film, I will. But you guys take it easy. I'll probably see you in the next clip. Down here in my little bottom that I got the corn planted on, there is a little bit of water standing. It's not as bad as I thought it could. It's not too bad, mostly from where it run down the hill out of the garden down into here. It's not looking near as bad as I thought it might. The good thing for mine here is at least the corn is still in the ground, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. It won't drown out too bad as long as we don't get too much more water. It should dry out. The weeds are really starting to look yellow and dead or dying, so that makes me feel a little better, because I know I'm not going to be able to get in here for a few days to spray because it is a little muddy. Don't want to track it up too bad, but the good thing is with my little tractor, it doesn't weigh a whole lot, so it shouldn't be too bad, but everything else is starting to look good. Just kind of thought I'd give you an update at the orchard. There really isn't a whole lot of flooding here. We didn't get quite as much. We got 2 or 3 inches last night here over by my house where I showed that flooding earlier. From what I was hearing was over 5. And that was from 11 o'clock last night till 6 this morning. They had 5 inches of rain. So just fast enough. It just couldn't get away fast or quick enough. From what I'm hearing, there is quite a few roads that are shut right now because of water over them. But it is receding already. As long as we miss some more weather, which the sun was out about a half hour ago, and now it's clouding back up and supposed to rain again. So I'm going to make it a little sketchy for a couple days, especially since in the weather forecast is showing 10 days of rain, but it doesn't show if it's a 1/4 inch or if it's going to be 2 inches every time it rains. So who knows? If we miss a couple rains, it won't hurt my feelings because we definitely have plenty in this area. And I know we're not quite as bad as some other places. So I feel bad for all the farmers this year. I've got a bunch of stuff I need to try to finish up, but I just can't get it done because the weather. But what do you do? And I'm not so sure this isn't a strawberry plant right here. It looks like strawberry leaves to me. I have no idea why it would be here. There's never been strawberries down in here, unless it got moved by a bird, but it's Roundup, so it's not going to live. But otherwise, I'd have probably dug it up and moved it, or got some more. But yeah, back here in this back corner is where the water usually sits. And I planted through it, and it was damp, but it wasn't bad. But you can see up here, it kind of washed a little bit. The water comes down this little ditch out of the garden here where it's always wet out on the path. And it comes down here through the stinging nettle patch and runs down here, and we've got standing water along the edge here all the way, and you can see it kind of washed a little bit over here. There's a little bit of a flow, and you can see that the dirt come down and washed on top of here. So we had a lot more water out here earlier, but it's drying up. It still will be several days before I would say it's dry, but what do you do? Another day. Just keep chugging along. I got to go finish picking radishes and stuff for our farmer's market for tomorrow. Even though it's supposed to rain, Mom and Dad are going. So, more work. You can see my cereal rye is dying. It just looks so cool with the seed heads. Kind of looks like a wheat, where it's got this fibers that come out from the grain. But it's probably a little tall for me to be spraying with my sprayer, because you can see where part of it here is dying, and this still looks really green. And this, it might be some of it that I had drove over when I sprayed it, because the sprayer's on the back. But oh well, more stuff to do. And the water right here is a stuff. Well, it was soft there. It's ankle deep, a good ankle deep walking through it, so you got to kind of make sure. But it's over the boot, or top of the boot, foot of the boot, and you can see it kind of run off that way. This is always kind of a little wet spot, but the one over there at the corner is always wet, because I think the neighbor has a tile line that dumps down there. And of course it's lower this way than out to the road where it should go. But yep, standing water again. We're just starting to get kind of almost back to normal, and it decides to rain for another week. So there'll probably be more mud videos coming, but this is probably it for this little short video, because there isn't any damage or anything here. The river is up a little bit, but not a lot here, because we didn't quite catch the rain. And part of it might still be coming down. It might still go up some more, but that's all I got for right now. And just thought I would show the flooding, kind of just as a document, as what this area of the world is having such weird weather right now, and just thought I'd show it off a little bit. Talk to you guys later. You all have a good day, and if you can, stay dry.